Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and this is part of my Double Trouble series where I do double page 12 by 12 layouts. These don't happen that often anymore, but I'm working on an album for my husband's trip to Canada, and he wants it 12 by 12, so all of those layouts will fit the Double Trouble series. So I'm working on this one today, which is a lot of hiking photos and then some beautiful shots of lovely water. Look at those. And I love this shot as well. So that's my husband, his brother, and one of his brothers. He has another one. And one of his sisters. He also has another sister. So I have these lovely photos, and I think in the background, I know I want to use this paper as the full background. But then I need to mat it on something because the paper, it works color-wise, and I like the pattern, but it's a little busy. I don't want it to distract from the photos. So in the background, I think I also need a solid color, or maybe something with a very, very subtle pattern, much more subtle than this. And I think I want it kind of this color here, something that's going to match this water. And I don't know exactly what that is. Again, since I'm doing 12 by 12 and it's not something I normally do, I don't have a lot of full 12 by 12 papers anymore. I chose, when I made the switch to different sizes, I chose to cut most of those down to 6 by 12. So I have a lot of single sheets of things, but I may have something that'll work. So that's one of my first tasks, is to go through all that paper and see, can I find something that's going to work here? Well, I didn't find paper yet, but I did find this in my stuff. This is the right color. It's obviously not full sheets of paper, but I would love it if I could work it in somehow because it says Canada, it's the right color. I've got a lot of photos happening here, but I really would like to see if I can fit that in somehow. Well, I went through my papers and I think I may have found something that will work. I say may because I'm not sure. Here's one side of the paper. This is the back side. Okay, that's way too wild and doesn't really go with the theme, but this works. But this is one side of the 6 or of the 12 by 12 I cut down. Here's the other 6 by 12. I think I remember this, and I think I bought it as part of a paper pad. So this was one sheet, which is great, but this so does not go. So if I want to use this, maybe if I put it this way, I could do it, but I've got to cover this up somehow, or I suppose maybe if I just want to get rid of it, I could like rip the edge here or something, but I'm not going to be able to use the full 6 by 12 as is because of that. So I'm going to have to get creative and work around it. For the left side, I think this is the configuration I want. I'm going to have to cut off just a little bit on either side of this photo to make it fit the way I want it to fit, and that's fine. But then this cannot go on this side. I mean, it would not fit anywhere. So then I have to see, is there some way I can squeeze it in on the other side, which I don't even know if that's possible because one of the photos is already 5 by 7. So it's taking up a lot of real estate on that side. So I may end up restructuring everything, who knows, but for now I think this is what I want for the left side, and then I'll move on to the right side. For the right side, this is what I've come up with, and I like it because look at, I can cheat and I can hide that. So that works well, but it also lets me use the card. But in order to do that, I had to lose this photo on that side. So if I'm really going to use all these, which my husband wants me to, then I have to adjust the left side to get it in there. And I think the only way for me to do that is I'm going to have to crop some photos. I'm already cutting off something on this one. I could cut off a little more because really it's just a hillside scene showing what the path is like. So I could cut a little here. I could cut maybe some here. And then I think I'm actually going to have to trim both of these and make them more narrow. I'll probably cut off more on this one because this is far more scenic. I mean, look at that lovely background. But this I could get away with cutting more off. And then I'm going to have to rearrange a little bit too to show them hiking first and then sort of getting a little bit more to their destination. So this one's definitely a challenge, but I'll see what I can do. I think I have found a solution that will work for this left-hand side. It makes it very very linear, very symmetrical this way. The lines are very even and it looks kind of blocky, but it was one of the few ways I could think of in order to get all of these photos on there, and it helps just to trim some off of the photos. Here, I don't think the photo loses anything by cropping it. You're still seeing both of them in there, which is great. You can tell that they're on a snow-filled path, which is fine. And then here, you really didn't lose anything. It was just a random shot of the hillside, so that's good. And then same thing here, you can still see the people, you can see how the trail was in the snow. So I think the cropping is appropriate. I hope my husband agrees. So that will be the left side. And then I'm going with that configuration that I had for the right side over here, and it does leave me a little bit of room to add some things. What it's not going to leave room for is journaling, but I think he'll be okay with that because there are other photos before and after that he will be able to do some journaling for, so I think it'll be okay with this design. I have everything adhered on here now, and I went into my stash to see what I could possibly add, and I have this. It's a huge wood veneer title from Heidi Swapp. It's very old, does it say? 2014. Quite a few years old now. And I was wondering if there's any way that I could work it in here because the color is similar to what's shown here and here in the rocks. But I'm just not sure, like, is it too tan color, too brown to work with this? I'm going to take it out of the package and just lay it on there and see what I think. If I can get the thing open. Is this where it opens? Looks like it, yes. I'm having trouble with it. I'll open it and be back. All right, that thing was a bugger to get out of that package. So if you have one of these, good luck getting it out of there. Anyway, I have set it down here and I do like the way it looks. I think, however, though, that then I'm going to have to work that in a little bit more color-wise to find some other things maybe that have a similar hue. Maybe I have some other wood veneer or chipboard things I can use that are similar to that, but I do think I want to use it just to also break up all the gray and then this kind of teal color. I think it does help, so I'm going to glue that on next. I adhered the wood veneer title there, and as you can see, I got a little glue happy. When I was squeezing, it came out super fast. But the good thing is this glue dries clear. It is mono liquid glue. It looks like this. The label actually fell off. It's very well loved. But I know that it'll dry clear, so everything will be fine once it's dry, so I'm going to leave that one alone. I did go through my other wood veneer type embellishments, and I came across these, and none of these really work with it except this one because there's no campfire. Obviously they didn't roast marshmallows. They actually never slept in a tent on this trip, so I don't know when I'm going to use that. And then this little lantern, I think they do have some night shots from a different day, so I'm going to save that one at least. But for now, I think this is the only one that is suitable, but it matches very well, so that's great. So I just have to figure out where I'm going to put it on this right-hand side. I think I'm going to place it down here so that then these are diagonal. That way, if I don't find a third thing in this same color or style, it'll still be okay, but I would like to find a third item just so I can have a visual triangle and maybe, you know, put it down here somewhere, maybe over here in this space to the side. But for now, I'm going to use this one and just be happy with the way that that works. And these happen to be self-adhesive. If I can get the backing off here. I'm having trouble with backing and wrappers today. There we go. So then I can just put that on right about there, I think. Yeah, that's good. All right. So then I have that one on there. And then I just need to figure out what else I can do. I could do some phrase labels around in different spots too to liven it up a little bit. And then I need to see if there's any other wood veneer I have that I could get away with over here. So I pulled out my container that has a bunch of chipboard phrases, wood veneer phrases, and even cork in here. And I actually found this one. Now it's not the exact same color, but it's close enough, I think, to that shade that I can get away with it. So I'm going to take it, and I think I want to put it right here at the top of the photo with my husband in it, and that way when these are all laid out together, it will be a visual triangle. So because I have gray, and then I have this kind of teal color, and I have the wood tone, I think I'm actually going to work in some of the green, or at least try to in here, to really incorporate all of those different colors. So I have grabbed out my phrases, and green is one of the colors in here, so I'm hoping I find something good. I have found 3 green things I want to incorporate. I have this, best vacation ever. And then I have this one, which even though they didn't go camping, it's woodsy. I think it's okay and I can get away with it. And I like that it has both colors in there, the browner tone and the green. And then I think I want to use this one on top of the photo of the 3 of them together because it sets together. That's pretty fitting. So I dispersed those little phrases around the page. So I have that one, and then I have that one over there, and I put the happy camper one on this side. And I realized that for these, I actually used a unique stapler I have. It's from Close to My Heart, and it goes like this all the way around, so that you can basically put a staple anywhere you want on the page, which is what I had to do in order to get the staple at these distances. So it worked out great for me in the direction that I wanted. I have no idea if they still sell this, but if you're interested, it is Close to My Heart who makes it. So I thought I was done, but I decided I'm going to do one more thing. I have this color of Heidi Swapp Color Shine. It's called Patina, and I thought I would do a test just to see if it would work with the colors I have on here. And look at that. I hope the camera picks that up well. I think the color is perfect and it gives it a little bit of shine. So I am going to just do a little bit of splattering around here. I'm going to strategically cover up the photos and hope that it goes well. All right, I have done the splattering and I love it. I'm going to do some close-ups so you can see both of these. Now this one at first I was a little upset that I got some on the wood beer, but now I like it. So it turned out okay. So hopefully you can see all the fun splattering around the page there. And then this side, love where it ended up here. I did get one bigger glop right here, but I think once it dries, it's fine. It's still a little wet right now, but when it dries, it'll look like this, and I think it'll be fine. And then there's the rest of the page. Sorry if you can hear my family upstairs. There you go. So you can see the splattering on this side, and I think it's done. So here's another one finished for Canada. Thanks for watching.